Force-fed digital. BX you heard.
Party people in the place to be, on the way to that VIP. Welcome to the Art of Bounce, in conjunction with Force-fed Digital and TURN, the United Ronin Networks. I am Ralph Anthony Garcia, also known as R4. On this edition of Bounce, me and my guys, Professor Food and Ed Denis, wrap up the conversation of compensation. A lost episode from 2019, so I apologize for the sound. But there is an entire school of classes worth a game. Here, folks, let's listen in.
I think along the line, we all have this blood, body, mental transfusion that somewhere somebody grabs us, puts us to sleep, and just wakes us up, and we no longer have pedestrian blood in our body. We have nothing but bouncer blood in our body. We don't act like normal pedestrians. We don't act like the public. We can't.
We're not normal civilians.
Ralph, just to do this job, you can't be normal. To understand it, you can't be normal. We hiked up our coffees, Red Bulls, 5 hours. I go 96 hours without sleeping that time. You know this, Ralph. I'm at the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm working double shift. My shifts start at 11 a.m. and they end at 4 a.m. If I go to sleep, you think I'm getting up again? You crazy. I take a cat nap and keep it moving. This starts for me on Thursday night into Friday morning. I'm working on fumes and instinct. Fumes and instinct. But guess what? I also have the job of somebody who has to make sure that everybody's in place, that everybody's doing their job correct. I also have to deal
comes along with it.
Oh yeah, with no sleep. And this has been since April.
Tell them about it, man. People think that shit is a cakewalk.
And you think it's a cakewalk? Give me 2 days of doing what I do the way I do it in succession. I'll give everybody any club that I've worked at, during the time that I've worked at these clubs, if there's been any incident and been any problems until I left or before I got there. I could give you examples. Up in Yonkers, I was head of security there. The day I quit because I had to start up another spot. And when I went to another spot, I get a video sent to my phone. The owner, I need you back. I'll give you what you want as far as pay. I said, it's not about the pay. It's about what I do. If it was about the pay, I would have came back. I said, I need you here. I need you here. I'll be back next week for sure. Okay, no problem. I sent somebody there just to hold it down. I went back up there. I put it right back to where I left it. The guys that started the fight came to me and said the reason why we started the fight was because you wasn't at the door and he was still disrespectful to us. And the only reason why we never disrespected Bob was because of you. Do you think at any point in time, until it got out of control, I was given the money I was worth? Do you think that owner seen what I was worth until that happened?
Bro, he might have given you the respect and all. I bet you even then he didn't compensate you fully.
Ralph, how many times I've called you and put you to work?
Many a time. Countless.
Sometimes being compensated for what you do is not easy because it's all f***ed up in the game, man. Sometimes your coworkers, you got to watch them carefully.
Yeah.
If a fight goes down, if I get my kick, so be it, but at least I'm going to fight for my life. And if at the end of the night, if I know you didn't have my back, it's all good. I'll make sure me and you going to settle this shit out 1, 2, 3. I'm putting my life on the line. You don't understand what goes through your mind before you get to a site. When I go to work, I have to listen to a couple songs before I take the shift. Like Regina Bell, Show Me the Way.
Food, that's where that whole free-door theory kicks in at. You know, what happens at home, you don't bring it into the streets, you don't bring it through that door. What happens in the street, you don't bring it to work, that's that door. And what happens at work, you don't bring it back through the street, back home. So I call that the free-door theory. Every door you go through, make sure you leave that shit behind, man.
I always do. I try my best to leave that shit home. Let me keep it real with you, man. When I first broke into this bouncing business, my grandmother will be calling my phone at 5 o'clock in the morning to make sure I'm okay. Seriously.
Dito.
Just the other day, my grandmother bought breakfast and dinner in bed with me. I said, Grandma, what's up with this? You don't do this all the time for me.
That is the fear, man. It's the fear. Don't think those gestures is just love. Those jesters is fear, man. They fear for our lives. They fear more than we do. You got more people that care for you. You're just doing it to pay the bills. You're doing it to have money in your pocket. You're doing it because you need to. We live in a society, better yet, we live in a city, 2 to 3 income household.
Yeah, bro.
You
need it. A 2 to 3 income lifestyle. You would have to have 2 to 3 jobs to even maintain the rent here in New York.
A lot of people get it twisted, though, Ralph. Of a woman is living in a closet, Section 8. She got it easy because her rent is so low. But she still has the cost of living. She still has other bills.
The food by itself is crazy.
Yeah, dude, the other day we went to the supermarket, spent $400. I don't see it.
400?
Yeah, Ralph, I don't see it. I don't see it. It's like you spending more on seasoning than actual food.
Yes, I agree.
How much you spend at $400 in food?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, grocery shopping. Jesus Christ, I believe it.
Speaking about grocery shopping, you know how much my grocery bill be in this household? Right now, we got family from Venezuela.
How many people's there?
You got my grandmother. My grandfather will be 90 in 2 months. You got my brother, and you got a pet dog. So it's like 5 of us.
We're talking 3, and 1's a child. Think about that. Between 3 people, 1 being a child, $400. Food goes quick. And you're just paying for a few things.
I'm at $20 could have bought you like 2-3 bags of groceries back in the days.
$20 to get your loaf of bread and maybe 2 gallons of milk, and the lady at the register's attitude. That's what the $20.
Yeah.
You know what's a gallon of milk used to be back in the days? Like under $2.
$1.50.
Like $1.50. Now they want $4. Don't even think of eating out. Like, I like Shake Shack, and you want to spend $20 in that bitch.
You better cross the street of 41st Street and leave 46th Street alone.
Yo, word. This shit gives you a fucking dollar meal.
Speaking about food, because when I get up for work every morning, I tell my dietitian straight to up. I tell her, on the weekends, I do cheat on my diet. I do cheat, because Monday to Thursday, I'm on my diet.
Oh, but I got to tell you, man, these Koreans, these Asians, hell, why don't we mention the Akis, the Arabs, the Dominicans? They seem to have the right idea. I bet you they're compensated correctly. I got this spot right here, right down the block, and I know for a fact that they're overcharging people. And now that they're building this big old building right here on my block, I don't know, this shit is huge.
I seen the construction when I went down there last time. I had to go with my brother to the parole building. I looked, I was like, how are they doing? After Cherry Street, you can't even turn down that block. You go up that block, once you pass 14th Street going down like towards A and all that, it's over. Like the construction destroys traffic. It's just for that one building. But back in the days, the 90s and the 2000s, when I broke into the security game, I broke in as a DJ, and owner of the bar, he was just like, hey, Ed, why don't you come back and do security? I said, wait a minute, how much am I getting paid? He said, well, I'll give you $250. I said, what? I came running back because as a DJ, I got $200 that night. And it was just because I was covering for a DJ that wasn't there. And $200 a night wasn't whack, because I had to carry half of my house with me. Let me tell you something. Just your bag of wires and your turntables is the worst thing, because you have to watch that and carry that. You know, your records, the records is like, you could always replace a record, but those wires and turntables, stuff. Anyway, I first started off with $250 a night. I mean, every type of healer came through. Yo, yo, yo. That's all you hear all night. Yo, yo, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. I don't have my ID. I don't have the shoes. I don't have a shirt, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Forget about etiquette, man. They forgot all about it.
Down the line, I created a situation in another club, which went like this. I went to a wholesaler that sold button-up shirts. I got me a whole stack of button-up shirts, maybe a good $300 of shirts. When I paid for these shirts, I got back 5 times the amount of money that I paid for. But everybody went into that club sharp as an axe. Everybody went in there looking good. I made my extra money, didn't lose no money. All I did was gain money. So the next week, the owner of the club tried to cut my action. I want to do the same thing. Okay, so have somebody stand out here and try it. But I made sure that I didn't tell them where I got the shirt from. And I made sure that everybody that didn't come correct didn't get in. And I made sure that the following week I left. Did I ever work for them? No, it didn't. I made the idea, I made it work. This is stopping me from being at your door trying to get little extra compensation, trying to get my real work. You understand? So it's like this. I just got one of the craziest okay, but the gentleman that's running the club, the owner, he told me, he said, Ed, I don't care how you run my door as long as I get what I'm charging at the door. He said, if you want to charge somebody to skip a line, you go right ahead. If you want to charge them to stand on a quicker line, you go right ahead. But this is what I'm talking about. I talked to the owner. The owner's with it. He's winning. And the thing is this, compensation. I had to actually decline on a meeting. He wanted me to attend with his lawyer, and I'm going to go speak to him on a one-on-one basis. He wanted me to sit with his lawyer and talk turkey and give him ideas and how to do this and how to create that. And I understand that. But our time is money, just like your lawyer gets paid by the hour, so does this guy. Because when I drive from where I'm at to where you at, I spend gas.
Name the price of what you spend on that gas.
On gas alone, just to get back and forth from where I'm at, it takes damn near an hour going and coming, an hour's ride, quarter tank, almost a quarter tank. So you figure like this, right now the gas is at $3.79 because I use Shell.
Jesus.
Okay, I use Shell V-Power. So to go look it up, it's $3.79 a gallon. It's close to $15. The tolls is $8. Another $15. We're talking like $30-some-odd. And then I need my gas. It's called coffee. I need my other good gas. It's called food. So where's my lunch? Where's my breakfast? Where's that at? You understand? So
oh, my God.
Like this. We could throw in a ballpark figure of what's what. Let's say for instance $60 before I come to see you. Between gas, tolls, and food.
Damn.
Before I even come to see you. Close to $50-$60. Now to sit down, if I charge you security rate at the hourly rate, you know, that's another couple of dollars. They don't see that. Like this information we're giving right now, the information, whether it be the story, whether it be the storyline, the basis of what we do, how we do it, you're getting this for free. Me and the gentlemen that are on here, or the gentlemen that do listen to this, or have listened to this, they've given up blood. They've given up sweat. They've given up their freedom. They've given up night. They've given up relationships just so people can listen to this and get it for free. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. We have the post-traumatic syndrome also.
Let's go.
We deal with situations, and again, nobody sees that. I've witnessed people getting shot. On my day off, I went to go pick up my money. In this bar that I worked in for 2 weeks, I quit. I told them, I said, I can't work here no more because I come to find out that they were doing illegal things. I'm out, out. A gentleman runs in and shoots somebody. I see this happening. I'm like, whoa. I'm talking about, how about things like that? Guys come from Iraq and guys come from Vietnam. They get checks. They get all kind of help. We don't get that. We don't even get the respect from NYPD, and we're doing half of their job during the night.
Speaking about NYPD, because I know some of us will be working at Labor Day Eastern Parkway float. And let me tell you something, man. I remember a situation on the float. You know, we all did the float. I know next weekend is going to be chaotic. I know it. I can sense it in my blood. Long story short, these cops looking at we security on the float, or we got to do things diplomatic. I tell an officer, listen, Second Amendment, either you're going to do your job, or I could just report you to your commanding officer. If your commanding officer got a problem, we could take it to the higher chain of command. Either or, I don't hesitate to write a letter. You ain't dealing with no illiterate motherfucker out here.
Let's go.
And because all the cops do on Labor Day, they want to look at.
Come on, fool. Talk about it.
Do your fucking job, okay?
I see them dancing all the time with them like that's cute.
I say, do your fucking job. If I catch you whining on a girl, I'll make sure you don't work. You'll be suspended.
They're not going to file procedures because we get to prove at least 40% of their job. So they feel alleviated again, but they don't respect us. They don't respect us in a sense. In the sense that they say to us, hold us down, but we'll lock you up. Who's NYC's boldest, right? That's correction, right?
Yes.
New York bravest would be firemen. Finest would be NYPD.
And then New York's baddest should be us. Because we're the baddest motherfuckers out there. You understand what I'm saying? We deal with situations that these cops deal with guns and tasers and mace and batons. We just using our hands and our wits.
Yeah, folks.
Like I tell everybody, this baton-ish, big brother, I know you carry your baton. I carry my baton. I keep it in the pocket.
No, to tell you the truth, I don't even carry one. I don't. You know why? Because it was a situation where I really had to learn, and I was lucky to learn via someone else's court case that it's illegal to actually have them. So now the police are not actually respecting that we need some type of protection. You have to have peace officers. A lot of us don't them know is as simple as an application. Go take the test. Just get the status. Once you get the status, it doesn't go away. Even if you work as a crossing guard, a meter maid, anything, meter maid, traffic agent, whatever, wherever you're working at, you can carry mace, a baton, and whatnot, because you need to protect yourself.
I told a cop, listen, I ain't gonna be nobody's punching bag. I'm not gonna sit here and be abused.
But you know what? They'll come out and say, oh, it's cool, respect on that. You know what they're gonna tell you is what you signed up for.
Yeah, that's what they always tell you. Real talk. You remember a bouncer named right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just moved down to Georgia. And when I first broke into the business, he said, rules to this business, the first thing you always carry in this business is a baton and that mace. If you want to protect yourself. My baton, I keep it hidden in my pants. Like, no, it can't be seen. I just keep it there. But the mace part, but I try my best every day to rationalize with people that the Labor Day parade is coming up real soon. I know everybody's going to be packing that day. I know it for a fact. And I tell whoever I work with that day, listen, fellas, remember, it's more them than us.
Yeah, you're right.
Us versus them, and them cops looking to just press charges, and whoever the cop on that float, he better be on the same page with y'all. That's why I always tell the security team, I'm not the head bouncer on that float, and I would just take a few under my wing. And whoever my partner is, trust me, we have a hothead on the team who loves to fight, another hothead, but they good, you know what I'm saying?
The issue behind what we were talking about tonight, basically the stories we were giving, is compensation. Do we get compensated for everything around the board? And the thing is this, ultimate, do we get respect from the compensation? When you have a kid that at the end of the year, he's going to be making $15 an hour for flipping a burger at no risk, or this 15, 16-year-old girl running up on you saying, may I help you? No risk. But I'm risking my life for a few more dollars, than that kid is making. So I'm going to look at myself and say, do I want to be in this club dealing with these belligerent people, spitting, cursing, fighting for the money that I'm making, which would be just a few more dollars, like more than what this kid is making? Where's the respect? The only reason why we're going to always run into that is because these newcomers, these new companies that think it's okay to cut dope, as long as their pockets is lined with the extras, when they charge a club $200 a bouncer and they're giving everybody $100+ just to break their back, to go out there and deal with that. They stay home making $700-800 a night, per week, and you out there risking your life. You out there almost risking your freedom every night. But again, like I said, the compensation is not only embarrassing, but it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful because I'm going to have a kid in my face telling me I make more money than you because you only work the 2 nights at $150 a night and you get $300 for those 2 nights, and this kid decides to work 10 hours for 3 days. He just made $450 flipping a burger. So he works 3 days, 10-hour shifts. So his 30 hours, he just made more money than I did. I mean, it balances out because of the hours that he has to put in opposed to the hours I have to put in. My 12 hours, I get the $300 as to say if that's what I'm getting paid. Because I'm not quoting no pay, no price. But if I work at $150 a night, 2 nights, I make $300 in 12 hours. Where you would have to work 10 hours to make $150, 20 to make $300. So it's a difference of 8 hours that he has to put in to make the exact money. But guess what? It's 8 hours that he doesn't have to run risk, and he's getting medical, dental, he's getting a tax return at the end of the year. What do we get? A free cranberry at the end of the night.
And then we get cursed that these kids getting a tuition assistance program compared to, like you said, free cranberries, spit, punched on, cursed on, you name it.
So, again, the compensation is not there. The respect is lost. And it's due to all these new companies that they just feel like, let's compete with each other, lowball everybody. I'll pocket the line because I'm the owner. That's my partner. Even if they ask you to help them recruit a few bodies. I told this one guy, listen, I'm going to charge you $5 a man per night, per man. Don't take it out my man's pocket, though. I asked him, well, how much is the pay? Oh, it's $120 per guy. All right, cool. Make sure my guy doesn't go home with $150. All I'm asking is for $5 per man for every guy that I send you. So I'm looking at it like this. Every weekend, if I'm sending you 10 guys, at Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, give me $100, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, this guy had a problem with that. I said, so wait a minute. If I was on the payroll, how much would you be paying me? You would be paying me just that amount in one night and then some.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm not on the payroll, not a liability. Just give me my finders and let's continue business. Now, don't take it up my worker's pocket, the guy that I said to you. Don't try to call my guys behind my back. Because if I find out you call one, I'm going to not say anything, and I ain't telling this, but the next week I will tell you I'm sending 10 guys, and none will show up. And then when you call me and act like, oh, what's up, I'm going to tell you, oh, I ain't know, just like I didn't know that you was trying to call my guys behind my back. But again, just to close off the session we have, compensation will never be the same. Our jobs are totally disrespected as of late because of compensation, because of this cutthroat. These new coming companies that are just cutting through just to lowball, just to get in the door, where there's no control over these promoters and these club owners anymore. They lost the control. It's too much choice. There's too many places where they can go. Again, like I said earlier, like a woman with 10 boyfriends, she's not going to respect none because she could go to any one of them, but one of them says, oh, well. But if they all get together and says, oh, to hell with you, she's going to learn how to crawl on her knees again and beg and respect. We lost control because we don't have the respect, but we have too much choice with all these companies coming up, lowballing each other, and that's the sad part.
That people always going to find a way to cut a corner. Like, for example, you heard about...
Yeah.
They like to pay people cheap all the time. Like, come on.
That's what they do, because people accept it. Ooh, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you something, Ooh. You go to look at an apartment. You go in that apartment. That apartment has leaky pipes, falling ceilings, doorknobs missing. Are you going to pay your rent? You're not going to pay the rent on that. You're going to fall back. That's the thing. You accept what somebody gives you. So that's the thing. When people accept as low pay, that's what keeps those companies alive.
Yes.
There's always going to be a sucker to say, yes, I'll take that. It's going to feel like somebody like, okay, such and such just gave me a title, so I'm going to take it at $16 an hour.
Right. That sucks. Makes it worse for everyone. Trying to compensate correctly in this business, and sellouts like that just make it impossible.
Yeah, and the ones that stretch and strain this whole entire industry.
Yes, this industry right now, I'm telling you, like, we came from the top of the totem pole to the very bottom of it. We're getting worse in this business before we're ever going to get better again. I think that the good old days have passed us.
Yeah, those days are gone. Those days are gone. They're buried. They've met their maker, and the only thing that's left are stories.
We're going to have the Art of Bounce hashtag insecurity. It's going to be a thing, all right? Let me just stop myself for a second because I'm so excited having you guys on board as usual. You guys are two of the greatest, and y'all deserve all the praise.
Thank you.
Let's make this a regular thing.
Because this is definitely in the making in the books. Case closed.
So let's do a lot of research. Research is our lives. We can always go back to our lives and do plenty of research there.
Let me tell you something, Ralph. The same guys that I take under the wing and I give them advice, I also tag this to the advice and say, listen to this. I need you to listen to this podcast. And one of the young gentlemen that really is under the tutelage of my expertise,
yes,
he let his friends and coworkers listen to it. And the conversation that we had the other day, me and this young gentleman, I kid you not, I was at loss for words because what he was quoting was things from the podcast. And I was thinking that we was having a face-to-face conversation, and then when he was getting the information that he was quoting, not knowing and not remembering that this is all that was said on the podcast. Like, he was repeating these things to me, and I was looking at him. Then when I realized, I was like, wow. He listened to this in detail. And he let his girlfriend listen to it. He let his family listen to it, and other co-workers.
Wow.
But I'm the person that anybody that knows me, anybody that met me in person knows. Same person that you see. Only thing I've changed is my underwear and socks as much as possible.
Gentlemen, please take the time right now to give the people your handles.
Yes, sir. Once again, I'm Ed. You can look under DJDX7. You can look under Ed, that's DENIS on Instagram. You can look under Ed King, Denis on Facebook. You want to call me, reach out. This is information, 718-600-1595. Once again, this is Ed, the Body God, G-O-D. And the services that I give are A1. And that's in the security world. Peace.
Facts. Mr. Professor Food.
My name is Professor Food, but people know me as Richie. Yes, Richie. Look me up on Facebook. You can look me up on Instagram, Rixie.
Spell that out?
Yeah, you might want to spell that out, pal.
RIXXY. Like I said, each one, teach one.
Indeed. Thank you, kings and queens, for joining us, and be safe out there. Peace.
Peace.
Salute, gentlemen. Go to www.solo.to/RGMC2407. Follow the Art of Bounce podcast on ForceFed Digital. Don't forget to leave a nice rating wherever you stream your favorite podcasts, whether it's Apple, Spotify, or Amazon. Tune in today, because me and my peoples always have something to say. Now, if you're at your favorite spot and see a man or woman in black at post, show them a little bit of love, cause they're not getting paid very well doing this, and they be on their feet for hours doing their damnedest to make sure you and yours have a good time and feel secure. Be safe.